Welcome to Thailand's known and unknown. In this episode I would like to present you some of the fruits that are in season currently. It's beginning of May in Europe, it is spring in Thailand, middle of summer, and many different fruits are in season. Today I would like to present to you some of those fruits, not all of them of course, just the ones I was able to get at the local market. So I hope you will enjoy it. Hi everybody, welcome back to the series of Thailand known and unknown. And today, in the last episode, I presented to you some of the fruits that were in season. Then it was February, and now we are in the beginning of May, and there are other fruits that are in season right now, and many fruits. I don't have everything. I only have what I was able to get at the market. And I would like to present to you what is in season right now. Most of these fruits, all except for one, are local fruits, Southeast Asian, and some of them are actually available outside of Southeast Asia, particularly in Western countries. In those countries that have a large Chinese population. In Chinese stores, some of these fruits are actually available. Not all of them, but some. The first fruit that I would like to present to you is passion fruit. Passion fruit is commonly found in Western countries, not only in Chinese supermarkets, but also in other stores. However, this, if I'm not mistaken, of course, origin of passion fruit are in Brazil, South America. However, there is a kind of passion fruit that is called Indonesian passion fruit, and I'm not sure. Maybe somebody knows this better. If this is actually it originated in Southeast Asia, or it was bred to create a variety that is common in this region of the world. This is that variety, Indonesian passion fruit, and I'll be honest with you, this is one of my favorite fruits. It has a perfect combination of sourness and sweetness in it. It's perfect for juice, perfect for juicing, although you need quite a large amount of fruits in order to have a good quantity of a good volume of juice. However, if you do have enough and you are able to juice it, it's incredible. Again, perfect combination, perfect ratio of sourness and sweetness. Sorry, I did not bring spoon. I will have to eat it like this. One of my favorites. Passion fruit. Indonesian passion. And the next fruit that I would like to present to you, and that is in season currently, is lychee. Quite common, known very well, common not only in Asia but also in other countries. Not only in Chinese supermarkets, but it became kind of in the last decades became popular in Western countries as well. A fruit that we associate usually with China, and rightly so. It is one of probably most common fruit in China. Historically, it's been cultivated for 1,000 years. Archaeologists found that the cultivation, the first signs of it, were in the 11th century. So 1,000 years, very, very important in Chinese culture as food as well as medicine. Very delicious as well. Again, perfect proportions of sweetness and sourness. Small fruit. A con is that the seed, the pit, is quite large and there isn't enough fruit, so you need to get a lot in order to have the right quantity. Very, very delicious. That is a seed from lychee. Again, fruit that is in season currently, and we are in May. Very delicious. Okay, the next fruit that is actually quite one of the most popular fruits in this region, and in season currently, is rambutan. In the local Thai language, it is called no. This fruit is sometimes available outside of Asia, again, especially those countries where Chinese population is quite large, but also in some Western supermarkets. It becomes more and more popular outside of Asia. Its characteristic is the thorns, I would say hairs, but very thick hairs, rather thorns, which are very soft, green and soft. So you can easily grab this fruit. The skin is red, as you can see. And let's open it. It is the same family as lychee and longan, which I don't have, unfortunately. So inside is almost the same as lychee. It is a little bit bigger, very similar but bigger. But in the look as well as consistency, it is almost the same. The differences in flavor. It is not as sour as lychee. It's sweeter and less juicy. However, very, very delicious. This is the seed of rambutan. So the seed is quite different from lychee. Rambutan, currently in season. And we continue. The next fruit that I would like to present to you is fruit that is not common, actually. I haven't seen much of it at the markets. At the market where I purchased these fruits, there was only one person that had these fruits. It's Mafai Farang. I couldn't find an English name for this. What suggests that it is not common. I've never seen it outside of Asia. Actually, here in Thailand, it's the first time that I found this fruit, Mafai Farang. The name Farang, the part of the name Farang, suggests that it is related to guava. However, as you can see, and if you will taste it, you will see that it has nothing to do with guava. Simply, it's only in the name. So let's open it. This is what it looks like inside. It has 3 or 4 seeds. This particular one is quite sour, but it's also sweet. Very delicious, juicy. However, it has a lot of seeds and the amount of fruit is not that great. It contains 3 seeds. The next fruit that I would like to present to you is cotton fruit, or santal. It looks like an orange. It's quite heavy, I must tell you, much heavier than orange. But it resembles orange, except the skin of this fruit has very fine hairs, short and fine hairs. And this is probably why it is called cotton fruit, because it resembles fabric more than a fruit. It originates in Southeast Asia, but maritime part of Southeast Asia, Philippines, Indonesia, and the south of Malaysia, Singapore, that region. This, to be honest, I haven't seen here, which is not far from Bangkok. I've never seen this at the local markets. I purchased this in the south, in Phuket, which lies in the south of Thailand, close to Malaysia and on the coast. So this, and even there, it is not very common. I saw it only a few people at the market had it. Let's open it. This cotton fruit, or santal. To be honest, to me it doesn't have much culinary value, because there isn't much of the edible fruit in it. This is what it looks like. You see the skin is quite thick. The pits, the seeds are quite large, so there isn't much fruit to be eaten. The skin almost immediately turns brown, as you can see. I just opened it. Exposed to the air, turns dark. It will even become darker in a moment. So let's try it. Actually, this part is already bad, so I'm just gonna cut it off. You can see there isn't much. It's quite soft. It actually the consistency resembles cheese more than a fruit like apple or pear. It isn't sweet. It is, of course, a little bit sweet, but not as sweet as the fruits that I presented before. It's sour. It's a bit sweet and sour, let's say, but more on the sour side. Again, not much can be eaten from this, so it is more of a curiosity than it has a culinary value. Quite large seed. Santal, or cotton fruit. Finally, we come to the last 2 fruits, and the reason why I love these 2 fruits is because of their place in the hierarchy of fruits of Southeast Asia. The first of 2 is mangosteen, quite popular, one of the most popular fruits in this region, sometimes available outside of Asia. I have seen it in Bulgaria, but the quality was terrible. There was almost nothing inside. So here, where people know what mangosteen should be like, you can expect high quality. The skin is quite thick but soft. It can be peeled by hand, although I don't recommend it because the inside of the skin is red and it leaves stains on your fingers. So it's best to use a knife. Let's open it. The queen of fruit. very popular here. Every market will have it. Every fruit seller at the market will have it. As you can see, the skin is red inside. If you touch it, it can leave stains on your fingers. The fruit itself is divided into sections. This one is divided into 7 sections. One, the biggest one, this one here, has a seed. The smaller ones do not. I remember years ago in Indonesia, the variety there that I bought had more seeds. Every section had a seed. This variety here has only one seed. Let's try it. Very, very juicy. Very, very sweet. In fact, a little bit too sweet, this particular variety. Really delicious. No wonder it's so popular. I highly recommend this fruit when you visit Southeast Asia. Again, sometimes available outside of Asia, but the quality cannot be compared. Mangosteen, the queen of fruits. And finally, we come to the last one, and the reason why I left this for last is that this fruit is durian, of course, and it is also known as the king of fruits. It has a very important role, not only as a culinary object, but in the local cultures as well of Southeast Asia. In Thailand alone, there are 300 varieties of this fruit, and you can see a lot, not all of them, but a lot of them at the market. I was assured by the seller yesterday that this is very, very good, one of the best, so I trust him. Some fruit sellers only sell durian. That's how popular this fruit is. I remember a friend of mine told me once, before I even tasted it for the first time, that it is known as fruit which has smell from hell and taste from heaven. I agree with the former part. It has the smell from hell, but I do not agree with the taste being from heaven. To me, it's more from earth rather than. It's not from hell, but it's not from heaven. It's from earth. The smell is so terrible that this fruit is forbidden in the hotels. It is forbidden on the public transport in probably most of the countries, for sure Singapore and Thailand. It's just, if you get caught with this fruit at the hotel, maybe not all hotels, but some hotels, and especially public transport, the fine is 5,000 baht here in Thailand at least, and I'm pretty sure in Singapore much higher because of the smell. I remember first time we bought this a long time ago in Indonesia. We didn't know we knew that the smell was bad, but we had no idea what it could do if left in the room. And we left it in the fridge, although it was wrapped in plastic bags, several plastic bags. A few hours after, when we returned to the room, the place smelled like very terrible. So we learned it the hard way. Anyway, the king of fruit, very popular. Again, some sellers only sell durian. You have stores, you see stores that only sell this fruit, so they are seasonal stores. Honestly, I'm not sure why it is so popular, because the taste, of course, I'm not from this region, so I cannot judge it. It's only from my perspective. But to me, it is nothing special. It is the consistency. It's a bit cheesy. Maybe it tastes a bit like banana, a little bit like bread with onion. There is definitely an onion, so sulfury taste and smell, but it's sweet, It's not juicy, but it has this onion aftertaste. So imagine eating banana with onion. It's not so good. There is something in it. I don't know. Maybe it's a matter of getting used to it. Maybe that's what it is. But as a culinary value, to me, it doesn't have much of it. However, as I mentioned earlier, a very important part of the culture of this region. For instance, the nickname for Jakarta is Big Durian. Not sure why. If somebody knows, please write it in the comments below. Would be very interesting to find out. A building in Singapore which resembles kind of a skin of durian is also called Durian. It's a nickname of the theater in Singapore. So it has a very, very important role. It is believed, a common myth, that durian cannot be eaten while drinking alcohol. It can be very harmful to you, to your health, if you eat it while drinking alcohol or coffee. In fact, some scholars, British scholars, back in the colonial times, wrote very similar things. One of them wrote that durian cannot be eaten while drinking brandy. So there is something definitely about it. It is also the fruit. It's quite large. It has compartments. It's divided into compartments. Each compartment having a piece of fruit in it with seed. It can be it's quite large. Can be from 1 kilogram to 3 kilograms, so quite heavy. And it's armed with these sharp and very hard spikes, thorns. So it is quite dangerous. So when in season, it can be very dangerous, hanging from the tree. If it falls from a few meters above and hits a person in the head, it can be really, really dangerous. In fact, some children were killed by falling durian from a tree. So if you're in an orchard or farm, durian farm, be very, very careful. And this is it. That's it. There are some other fruits that I maybe, if they can become available at the market, I will create a new part and continue presenting these rare fruits of Southeast Asia or Thailand. Thank you for joining. If you haven't seen, there is another part 3 of this series. In that part, I also present some fruits that were available back in February. So please have a look at that. And thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you come back for more. Please subscribe and leave comments below. I will respond as soon as I can. Thanks again. See you next time.